Yo! Welcome back to another edition of the Cruising Podcast. I'm your host, Andrew Cruz, and today is Tuesday. My bad. Today is Tuesday, September 20th. Welcome back, man. Hopefully, you guys are enjoying the show. Where you can find the Cruising Podcast is on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, Instagram, and shit. Patreon, anywhere else you can find podcast needs. You can find the Cruising Podcast. Also, you can find latest updates to the show. It's on Instagram at Cruising Podcast. It's on Twitter at Nicetown Finest. Yo, I don't know what it is. Like as soon as I walked into the inside the closet area, because y'all know that's the studio. The stoop is the closet. Um no, but as soon as I walked in here, it just felt like my energy just went completely down. I'm gonna try to open this door, hopefully. Hopefully not too much sound goes like crazily and shit like that. I just Man, it's hot. All right. Yes, welcome to another episode. Um I have some updates. Updating my back. I got fully discharged. Well, I got discharged with a possibility of, well, not a possibility. I have to go do a recheck on Friday, but I fully discharged. Actually ran a route, ran my job today. Still, man, I don't know, man. I don't know. It's just like my back shouldn't still be like this. Like something's just not right in the whole area. Like I've been doing heat, cold, fucking just, yeah, I wish Mr. Miyagi was still alive because he would give me that little the thing that he gave to Danielson, this to fix his leg so he can, you know, Karate Kid kick him in the face. Karate Kid kick Johnny in the motherfucking face. Like that's what I probably need. That prayer also probably, who knows. But yeah, man, it's just, this is, like I said, like I've been saying, like this is probably the longest injury that I've really had to deal with. Like I'm going into like it's about to be the third week that I've been dealing with practically not the same pain level, but the same areas of pain, and it's just weird. I just never thought that, I could get an old man injury this early in life. You know what I mean? It's too early, like this is a 40, 50 year old's injury. Yeah, this is not a 33-year-old, sexy black chocolate man. You know what I'm saying? This is it's not it. Yeah, I don't think it's right. Um, it should be like, that's close to my retirement age that my back should be feeling like this. But we're going to start off with retirements. Happy retirement to Roger Federer 1 week after Serena Williams retired. The other goat, on the male side of things, retired from tennis. And I think his last match is the Laver Cups, right? He's doing the Laver Cup. He's actually playing with Nadal in it, which is fucking amazing. Um, Man, long story career. Most Grand Slam wins. Um, as a male, I'm sorry, most singles titles. He doesn't have the most Grand Slam wins. If we're talking Grand Slam wins, um, that will be Serena Williams. But what's cool is, man, I grew up on Roger Federer. Like when we first heard about him, the first time I heard about him is he beat Pete Sampras at Wimbledon. That was the first time we really heard about him. And then, 20 some odd years later, he was still balling, still playing at the top of his game. He had one of the most smoothest, like his game was just too fucking smooth. Like it was definitely it's definitely the biggest difference between him and Nadal. Nadal has like a lot of moving parts going on. Just like it seems like Federer is just smooth gliding. I don't even think I've ever really heard him grunt. Like it's crazy how, like, just how much greatness he has, and he's definitely going to be sorely it's weird, man. It's going to be weird watching women's tennis, especially Grand Slam tennis, without Serena Williams. I know, like, the thought of Serena Williams could have played this. There's going to be weird seeing, Federer. He's retired. He's been dealing with a lot of injuries, especially with his back and his knees and things like that. So, man, congratulations, man. Cheers to Roger Federer, to a great career in tennis, and it's amazing. I wish that, my career could have went to those levels, but and oh, by the way, I think, I might be wrong, but He's the highest paid athlete at one point. He was the highest paid athlete. I'm talking about you got Tiger Woods, you got LeBron James, who's another guy, Lewis Hamilton, people like that. And Roger Federer was the highest paid out of all of them. Crazy, a tennis player. Oh, tennis isn't that cool. Okay, cool. Well, they making bread, so fuck you. All right. And then also another retirement that happened this last week is Jose Aldo from the UFC retired. One of my favorite fighters of all time. Everybody, if I have a top five, he's probably in the top five. He's always had. I think when he burst onto the scene at WEC, like me and my brother has been watching UFC for a very long time, and when WEC was around, WEC had the lower weight classes like bantamweight, flyweight, and all the lower ones. It was one more, right? It should have been one more, but um we used to watch those featherweight, right? Did I say featherweight? I think I said featherweight. Whatever. I don't give a fuck. Oh, they had the lower weight classes. And the first person really to burst on the scene, even before Pettis did the kick off the gate, was Jose Aldo. When I forgot who he needed in the face. I actually had the replay. I had put the replay in my stories, but he need the guy in the face, got the knockout, and then he ran into the crowd and celebrated with the crowd. And I was like, yo, this dude is different. This is different. You can't get away with this in UFC. And that's when he just burst onto the scene. And I think what people don't understand is that he was very dominant for a very, very long time. I think it was a 7-year stretch where he held the title, I think bantamweight title in two different organizations, man. Like it was undefeated until he got a little overzealous with got allowed Conor McGregor get into his head, and he got knocked out within 16 seconds, some crazy, or like 8 seconds, some crazy knockout where literally Conor McGregor snuck in a jab, and that was it. That was all she wrote. Jose Aldo always been one of my favorites, man. He's a legend. He's definitely, if there's a GOAT in bantamweight, it's Jose Aldo, man. We just have to say, I gotta say it. I don't give a fuck. I think Jose Aldo is the greatest to ever fight, to ever put him on, man. Especially for those times. And he was still doing it at a very later. What's crazy is that they keep talking about him because he's been fighting so long that he's only 36 years old. I just remember when he kicked the shit out of fucking not Frankie Edgar, Uriah Faber. When he kicked the shit out of Uriah Faber's legs. And like they showed the welts afterwards and everything. And I was just like, fuck, man. He kicked the fuck out of his legs, bro. This shit was crazy. It was the craziest fight. I think it was Cub Swanson that he kneed in the face, though. Either that or was Chris Mickey. It might have been Chris Mickey. But either or, doesn't matter. He was 31-8, 17 knockouts, one submission, 13 like he had 13 decisions. Most fighters can only hope to have a higher record for real, and he had an amazing record. Like, I'm surprised he only lost 8 times as long as he's been fighting, and just congratulations to Jose Aldo, man. Hopefully he gets to have a great retirement and enjoy himself. But if we're going to continue on with the UFC real quick, I know everybody's been looking at the Brendan Schaub versus Dana White thing, and I was, in my opinion, and this is my humblest opinion, if I want to do a conspiracy theory, what happened between Nate Diaz and Hamzat, I think the UFC got gun shy. They thought, all right, well, Nate is a 2000 underdog, and Vegas. I think Vegas stepped in. I truly think. Hold on. I think Vegas stepped in, man. I think Vegas was like, so if somehow Nate wins this, we're not really trying to pay all that. I think so. I think that, and I understand everybody's like, well, he's overmatched against Hamzat in every area except for one, and that is the don't give a fuck area in which the Diaz brothers have. and that there's no such thing as a big moment for them. And I think if that fight, and just like I said with the Jorge Masvidal fight, if that fight got to the fourth round and Nate started getting off on him on the third, at the end of the third round, I don't give a fuck what anybody tells me. Sorry, I don't care what anybody tells me. Nate Diaz was getting off on Masvidal in the third at the end of the third round. And if we got to that fourth round without the cut, we got a fight on our hands. A very different fight, especially if Nate was somehow to get it to the ground. So with Hamzat, we've seen him go 5 rounds. We've seen it with Gilbert Burns. But in that fight, in my opinion, and this is just me, his cardio wasn't tested. See, Nate doesn't have one punch power. Nate's going to hit you a million times. It's death by 1,000 cuts. That's what Nate does with his boxing. He's going to jab you, going to keep you out of length. And to me, I think Hamzat, if he doesn't finish Nate within the first 2 rounds, now his cardio gets tested. Now we're about to find out how really in shape this guy really is. Because to me, Nate's chance in that fight was surviving 2 rounds. And if he survived them, he had a chance to win. I think his chances go up exponentially. And if somehow they got to the ground, and I understand his wrestling, the chain wrestling is supposed to be the negator of jiu-jitsu, but we're talking about like a very high degree black belt in Nate Diaz, and a guy that can really keep you at arm's length with his boxing. And to me, I think that we got a fight on our hands. You know what I'm saying? Like I think so. I thought so. I thought Nate had a chance to win the fight. And I think that scared the shit out of Dana White. I think that scared the shit out of Vegas. Because if that happened, that's a lot of money, not just out of Vegas's hands, but also out of Dana White's hands. Because how are you going to sell Hamzat now? You can't. How you going to, oh, well, we're going to have him fight Colby. He just lost to Nate. And then Nate walks away. Nate goes to his biggest payday ever. And that's Jake Paul. Possibly. Hold on. And that's a possibly Jake Paul. Like, that's a big risk that Nate just took because he's fighting Anderson Silva. And Anderson Silva, in the 2 fights that I've seen him, and he fought a vet in boxing. You know, it's not like you fought somebody like Joe Schmo off the street that was a YouTube boxer or another UFC fighter or, you know, just somebody. He didn't do that. He fought an actual boxer that's been doing it literally all his. Who was it? Julio Cesar Jr. Chavez Jr. That's who he knocked out. You know what I'm saying? Like, Anderson Silva got some pedigree behind him. So if somehow Anderson wins that fight, I mean, it's a very big possibility Anderson wins that fight. If that happens, Nate loses that payday because who's gonna watch? Now everybody saw what they wanted to see. Jake Paul lose. That's where everybody. All right, man. It's just like Floyd Mayweather. When Floyd Mayweather fights an official fight, what are we trying to see from Floyd? We want to see him lose. Like, not me. I don't care. But other people are there to watch him lose. Once they get their nut, they're gone. All right. Like, that's what I'm trying to understand. Like, that's a big risk Nate is taking right now. I think what they should have did if I was the UFC and I was smart and, you know, I was a mover and shaker, what I would have did, I would have had Nate fight Conor. We need that trilogy. I'm sorry. It can't, that trilogy, that rivalry can't end 1-1. It's not supposed to end 1-1 at all. In one fight, Nate was dominant. The other fight, Conor was dominant. We need a third. We need them talking as much shit as possible. I think that the backyard, the back stage brawl at the press conference was a crock of shit. That was bullshit. It was terrible. That was terrible. Come on, man. Come on. Let's fight. You want to talk gangster now? Like, if y'all were really gangsters about it, y'all would just met up right there and started scrapping. But it's not what happened. So what was they tried to manufacture a beef between Hamzat and Kevin Holland. That's what they tried to do and tried to sell us on that bullshit. And we all know that Kevin Holland was a better matchup against Hamzat than fucking Nate. I'm sorry to tell y'all, that's the case to me. That's the case. I think that Kevin Holland was just a better matchup for him. Because yes, Kevin Holland has black belts in jiu-jitsu and all the rest of it, which has yet to be shown, to tell you the truth. Has yet to be shown. Whenever he hits the ground, it seems like, especially against what's his name? Brunson. Where was it then? He was just sitting there. Oh, fuck, man, I'm down here again. Shit. Got taken down like 20 times. It was like, fuck. So, to me, that was the better matchup because Nate presents danger on his back. He presents big danger on his back. Who misses weight as a professional fighter by almost 8 pounds? This sounds like a crock of bullshit to me. That's bullshit. We all know that. Who misses weight by 8 pounds? And you knew Nate wasn't going to do that because he's a professional. You know what I'm saying? We're talking about a guy that runs triathlons and fucking is vegan, all this shit. I'm telling you, if it got to the 3rd or 4th round, Hamzat was in trouble. Hamzat's in trouble because Nate's volume, his power and volume is not going to change. The whole fight, it's not going to change. And he's going to be in front of you the whole fucking time. Actually, what they should have did, if you really wanted to do something with the Diaz brothers, you might have been better off having Nick. Because sometimes Nick can get a little out there sometimes. Nick can get, even though Nick probably, if we're talking about the brothers, Nick probably is the more well-rounded, but he's the one that can fuck off a little bit. Nate's the one that's going to stay on your ass, and that's going to be, that can stay professional. It's kind of weird, but that's what happens. You know what I mean? I'm not saying that Nick can't do that, but we're talking about the same guy that lay down in the ring while he was fighting Anderson Silva. You know what I'm saying? It's the same guy that he also missed weight at one, not missed weight, but he just didn't look, he looked uninterested. You know what I'm saying? It's just, I don't know. To me, like they try to manufacture some bullshit, and to me it didn't work. It was whack. It was whack as fuck, in my opinion. That is just how I feel. So if you got a problem with it, please address it to yourself because I am not fucking with you killers. No, I'm playing. I don't care. I think it's bullshit. I truly do. All right, so we're gonna move on to the NFL. What? The NFL? Speaking of fighting, I'm sorry, man. I don't know what Marshawn Lattimore did to Mike Evans in the past however long, or that has, I don't know. I don't know what he has done to him, but in my opinion, it's been 5 years since the 2017. To me, I understand like Mike Evans is like probably a nice guy or whatever like that, and maybe this is just a moment of insanity or whatever, or whatever. I don't know what this means, but to me, both times Mike Evans shoved Marshawn Lattimore was the biggest bitch shit I've seen in a long time. And like I've seen some bitch shit, and for a violent person, I mean, for somebody that plays a violent sport, I feel like that's some bitch shit to do. You wait until somebody has their back turned, and then you go full force into their back. Did you not watch with Jokic when Jokic did that to fucking to one of the not Pouncey? I'm about to say Pouncey brothers, the Mars twins. One of the Mars twins, he fucked his neck up. Like if he doesn't know it's coming and he can't brace for it, you kind of fuck him. You know what I'm saying? So, in my opinion, what Mike Evans did was some bitch shit. It's a bitch made thing to do. Also, Marshawn Lattimore should have never got ejected from that game because he literally did nothing to Mike Evans for that shit to happen. Mike Evans should have been the one to be kicked out the fucking game. Marshawn Lattimore, all he did was taunt Brady. That's the only reason why Marshawn Lattimore got ejected from that fucking game. Because you don't taunt Brady, damn it. You don't do that to Brady. All right? That's the goat. So to me, I thought it was some bitch ass shit. Also, some possible house nigga shit talking about it's Tom Brady. What else am I supposed to do? That's some house nigga shit. I'm sorry. It's just what I'm going to say. I'm going to tell the truth. Why can't if I can't tell the truth, who can? You know what I'm saying? I thought it was some house nigga shit, and also there was some bitch shit, and all at the same time. I don't give a fuck because it's bullshit to me. Like it's Tom Brady. So what? It was Jameis Winston 5 years ago. You didn't say that for Jameis. So why are you saying it now for Tom Brady? You did the same exact fucking thing. So I think that Mike Evans and Marshawn Lattimore probably should just run that fade one time. Like they need to run that fade. I'm sorry. Like it's 5 years apart. You did the same exact move. Why don't you see him heads up? Huh? Well, how come you won't see this man heads up? Like that's how I feel about it. Like I mean, like I know Lattimore probably be locking you the fuck up all game and shit like that. Trust me, I've had you on my fantasy team when you win against Marshawn Lattimore. And in my opinion, I think that like if y'all maybe Lattimore takes it home if y'all run that fade because the shit needs to happen because this has to stop. Because to me, what are you going to do the next game? When damn right, Mike Evans should have been suspended. It's crazy that Mike Evans was suspended one game and Marshawn Lattimore, who's kicked out for the fight, is the one that doesn't get a suspension for the game. What fucking sense does it make then? Guess what? On that same drive, Brady throws a touchdown. Probably on the side Marshawn Lattimore would have been on. Woo! Conspiracy against the Saints. They just don't. I don't know what the Saints did to the NFL. I think it's Bounty Gate mostly. But I don't know what the Saints did to the NFL to deserve this. But fuck, man. It's been like 20 years now. Get over it. It's over. You know what I'm saying? Everybody paid the price. So why are we still here? Why are we dealing with this? All right, I'm sorry that Jameis Winston too, by the way, Saints fans. That's on me. I'll take full blame for that one. Um, I know I had a nice little 5-minute diatribe about how great Jameis Winston is and all the rest of that cool shit. I'm sorry. All right, that's on me. I take full blame for my my expert opinion on the life and the career of Jameis Winston. I take full blame for that. I don't know who y'all want me to cheer for instead of Jameis, but I'm sorry. All right, I'm very sorry. It will happen again probably because he's one of my favorite quarterbacks. I don't know how to tell you guys. He's one of my favorites. Shit, it is hot as a bitch in here. I know. I look sweaty as a motherfucker. I'm sorry, guys. So yeah, man, I think that I think they just need to run their fade and just get over it. I don't care. I just want to wipe my face. All right. Early MVP race. I think Josh Allen's the MVP. I know it's 2 games in this season, and we shouldn't be talking about MVP right now. But I'm for damn sure better not hear fucking Aaron Rodgers' names come up because of the shit that Josh Allen is doing this year is fucking ridiculous. Actually, I did put Jalen Hurts and Josh Allen. I know everybody knows my diatribes and my hate, sometimes haterism of Jalen Hurts, but I'm gonna get to that in a second. But Josh Allen, actually, yeah, it should be him for the MVP race, and it's really his to lose right now. But Stephon Diggs also needs to get some love too for like some type of consideration because this motherfucker can't be stuck this year. Like what happened in Kansas City last year really burnt something in them, and they are on a fucking mission. Okay, a mission to come and fuck everyone up. They are running full on trains on people. Yes, I'm saying I don't give a fuck. They are coming with a vengeance. I don't know what the rest of the league has done to them, but they don't like it. They clearly don't like it. I don't like how they're doing it because it's just fucking just do 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 do. That's what they're doing. You know what I'm saying? Josh Allen. This is Josh Allen's award to lose for real, because the AFC East, like y'all see what's going on in the AFC East, right? Like the only team that could probably stand up kind of to them is Miami. We're about to find that out this week. And they're doing this, by the way, I think they did this the first 2 games without their lockdown corner. Holy mother goose. They are beating the shit out of people. and it's not close. It doesn't the game. I know everybody. Well, could have been a bet. No, 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 no. They are beating the fuck out of people because they're that overwhelmingly better. The fucking LA Rams won the title last year, and they fucked them. Okay, they fucked them, and I mean, Jalen. By the way, Ramsey had a good game. Had Jalen Ramsey has bounced back, from the game. Doesn't mean that I'm just saying, Stephon Diggs is on a different fucking level this year. They did that while Gabe Davis. By the way, they scored 41 points while they're number 2, and they're doing it with like a minimal running game. Like this shit's crazy as fuck, yo. It's crazy. Also, I put Jalen Hurts as the MVP candidate. Yo, I don't give a shit. I'm going to talk my shit. All right, listen. I was not I wasn't happy with the Tampa Bay game, and I liked what he said at the end of it, and I should have listened to it. That game doesn't define us, and that makes sense. It doesn't. It does not define the Eagles. It didn't define their season. They started off 2-5, and they got to the playoffs somehow. They added some very good pieces, and what's crazy is that they weren't like most of the players weren't like high. The highest, paid one, of course, is AJ Brown but you pay AJ Brown. When you go get an AJ Brown, you go get an AJ Brown. When you have a chance to do it, you go do it. Sorry, but the way Hurts kind of has taken the offense and have just took it on within himself to just fucking. He's on a mission too to prove everyone wrong. He's on the mission. This is his mission. It's to prove everybody wrong. It's to live it, but like it's not even. I don't even think it's about getting paid to him. I think it's just about proving I can be an NFL. I am not just an NFL quarterback, but I'm also an elite NFL quarterback. I'm also a dangerous NFL quarterback. You know what I'm saying? And this team is showing that, we can be elite too. With you know what? We're gonna go off too. They just stopped one of the most high-powered offenses in the game. They just stopped them. They only scored 7 points. I know it's in Philly, and I know it's a primetime game. We also know that Kirk Cousins doesn't show up for primetime games. Look at the record. But what Jalen Hurts is doing right now is fucking amazing. And I can't be more happy for him. You know what I'm saying? I can't be more happy for him. I was like, I understand. It sucks because he's a black quarterback. I know I'm going back to the black quarterback situation, but it's sad that as a black quarterback, you know what I'm saying, he's under this microscope. This is only his 3rd year as a starting quarterback, and we're over here like this is a make or break season for him. For Tua too. Tua went off. Tua went to fuck off. And they're saying this is make or break a year with new weapons on the team. I'm just like, shit, man. Can they not just get it? I mean, like, all these other dudes gets a chance. How come it's not make it or break a year for Justin Herbert? You know what I'm saying? They haven't made the playoffs. So what else? Make it or break it what? Fuck out of here, man. Hold on, it's hot as shit. Whew, fuck, man. It is hot. Goodness gracious. All right. Sorry, y'all. Yeah. So I mean, I think that it's just a skewed scale. It's not right, but that's what the experts are saying. All the experts apparently, and I think it's kind of whack in my opinion. All right, y'all. So we're gonna move on from that to anime. And I got to watch over the weekend the Cyberpunk 2077 Edge Runners, which is on Netflix. And I would like to say to y'all, in the most humblest of opinions, that is the best adaptation of a video game, of anything, any type of video game shit that's ever came out in fucking history. That is the best, that is the best adaptation. That is probably right now, if we're talking about Netflix shows, that is the best Netflix anime of all time right now. And I'm not saying that because of recency bias. I have my favorites. Fuck you. But Cyberpunk Edge Runners was beautifully drawn. Normally, I hate those type of drawings, but it was beautifully drawn. The story just you just knew where it was going, and it was like a train that just wouldn't stop, so it just kept going, and you just had to deal with it. And that was fucking amazing. It was a great storyline. Just the dialogue between everyone, just everything about this show was beautifully done in the best way possible. And on top of that, Cyberpunk 2077 put that anime into the game as a DLC. Holy mother goose. Are you serious? Yo, it was that good. It's following a guy named Daniel Martinez. Really, really, it's following the game, but it's so much more, man. It gives it so much more story. It gives it this much more pop. I thought I don't want to spoil anything. I know you guys are probably like, man, please don't spoil it for me if you're gonna tell us about it. But I won't. But if you've played the game and all the things that come with the game, and like it's showing you what actually happens to you when you put all these upgrades on your body. Because they don't really talk about it in the game, but in the show they show everything, and it's amazing. It's a great fucking experience to deal with. I enjoyed every second of this show. And I mean that from the bottom of my heart. I completely enjoyed Cyberpunk Edge Runners, and it's on Netflix. And I know everybody's like, man, well, Netflix fun. Most of the time, Netflix animes suck. Now, I don't think so. I think Netflix has really good animes. I do. I think Seven Deadly Sins, up to a point, is a great anime. I think that Cannon Busters was a great anime. I think Harold Mask was a great anime. I think Teresa, and people don't talk about this enough, but Teresa, the Filipino one, I thought that was a great anime. I thought they did a great job. By the way, Castlevania is an anime. By the way, I got Cyberpunk, even though it's one season. I think the one season did so much more than what Castlevania did, in my opinion. Maybe it's just me. I love Castlevania, by the way. If there's a 1A, 1B, it's probably Cyberpunk and Castlevania. All right, I'll do that. I'll do that. So everybody doesn't be like, man, this motherfucker don't know shit about anime. But fuck you, man. I know everything about anime. Fuck you don't know shit. Oh, sorry. All right, but I think that they are around the same, like literally same rating with each other. And to me, I completely enjoyed both. But this Cyberpunk anime, fuck, man. Just the color scheme, just the aesthetics. Like it showed us Night City in a different way, which is the setting. By the way, Night City is the setting of fucking Cyberpunk 2077. And it's an interesting love story. It really is. Yeah, I'm sorry to give you that. But it's going to be a love story in it. It's an interesting love story. I think so. I thought it was a very interesting way to introduce these characters, especially the crew and everything. So if you guys definitely get a chance, go watch Cyberpunk Edge Runners. It's not a kid thing. I'm just letting y'all know now. Don't watch this with your children. All right, don't watch this with your kids. All right, you might want to watch this in the dark room by yourself. Just let you know. Lot of shit. All right. So that's the anime of the day. We are 19 days away from the fucking premiere of Bleach coming back. We're also what's today? The 20th. So we're about 11 days away from the premiere of My Hero Academia, October 1st. I might be going to this anime bar I found on Instagram. It's fucking crazy. I found this anime bar on Instagram, and amazing place. I thought it was a great place. I'm not even gonna lie to you. I definitely enjoyed the anime bar. But they were talking about, I forgot that was October 1st. But But like, yeah, man, My Hero Academia first season. I mean, next season is coming out October 1st. I can't wait for it. I'm very excited. So, this is going to, like they said, this is supposed to be a bloody October, which is crazy because like three very bloody shows are coming out in October. So that is My Hero Academia, October 1st. We got Bleach coming out October 10th. And then the next day, the very next day, which is not, I was about to say Cyberpunk. The very next day, we got Chainsaw Man premiere coming out October 11th. This is a big month for anime fans, us nerds, us blurs, all of us. Weebs, you know what I'm saying? All that shit. People that like waifus, whatever the fuck it is, I don't know. But, all that shit, man. I'm very excited for next month. You already know I'm very excited because Bleach is my shit. I'm going to continue to watch Bleach as a man. You know what I'm saying? I started off, as a kid watching Bleach, and now I'm a man watching Bleach. I don't give a fuck. All right, sorry. Hold on. All right. You know what? I'm going to hold off on the House of Dragons today. We'll hold off on it. I know. It's fire. You guys got a chance. You know what I mean? Tomorrow I'm going to do. I might do a Facebook Live of a recap of the first 5 episodes, right before the big ass time jump that's supposed to fucking happen. Woo! Time jump. Also, I've been watching Succession on HBO. And we're speaking of HBO, I've been watching Succession right now. Holy fuck, this show is crazy. Wow. I'm glad my family, like my close knit, my brothers and sisters, and then my mom, and we all are close knit because this family right here that I'm watching on Succession are fucked up. Oh my goodness. I'm glad that my family, we can support each other. That's all I can say, man. I'm just happy my family's my family. Because that family right there, wow. I don't know. I don't know. So definitely gonna give a bigger recap of that. All right, so we're gonna do a House of Dragons tomorrow. Yeah, we're doing House of Dragons and probably first season of Succession for my peeps out here on probably do Facebook Live and then put the Facebook Live onto YouTube, and then we're gonna do all that cool stuff. All right. So with that, I guess that's it for today. We're gonna make that it for today. So with that, I would like to say I love you guys. Hopefully you guys enjoyed this, and hopefully you guys and gents and ladies enjoyed this episode. I hope you guys I hope everyone stays out of trouble. I hope everyone stays safe out there. I hope everybody's, does their thing. Do make that money. Also live your life. You know what I'm saying? So with that, I would like to say where you can find the Cruising Podcast is on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, Patreon, anywhere else you can find your podcast needs. That's where you can find the Cruising Podcast. Also, you can find latest updates to the show. It's on Instagram at Cruising Podcast. Also on Twitter at Nicetown. So with that, all I can say, I love you guys. Don't do anything I wouldn't do. And I'll catch you guys later. Deuces.